What is up, YouTube? Today it's me, Stefano. What is up? Well, I still need to find an intro for you guys. I have no intro. I don't want to lose time. People sometimes focus too much on cool shit. I just want to get down to business because I try to do cool shit with my camera. I'm comparing the R8 with the R5. The title say, is the R8 the best budget-friendly camera for you to start in portrait photography? I think I actually said this wrong. Just because I'm getting old, I actually use my notebook. Since last year, I actually said, you know what, Stefano, you're getting old. I need to get something to write my ideas down because sometimes I forget. I get ideas that I want to try, I want to implement next time. When I try to, oh, I had this idea. My mind is blank. I don't remember. So I got a book, a notebook, whatever. Go back to school, Stefano. So the R8 versus the R5, is the cheaper option better for you? Like, my girlfriend had a shoot last week with the model, and I had an idea of, let's compare the R8 versus the R5. Is the cheaper option better for you? Like, it also depends on which level you are in. So just to compare these two camera, the R5 came out 2020 of, well, yeah, July 2020, and the R8 came out April 2023. So big difference of year of release. The R5 can do 12 frame mechanical, and the R8 can do 8 frame per second mechanical. Can do 30. The R8 can do 30 frame electronic, and the R5 can do 20 frame electronic. Those are a bit of the differences. One is 24 megapixel, the R8 is 24 megapixels, and the R5 is 45 sweet megapixel. But there's a trade-off. The R5 has bigger battery. You use the LP6 batteries. It gives you a bit more of a running time compared to the R8. I found like one battery of the R5 would last 2 battery of the R8. In photography, in video it's even worse, to be honest. So if you are looking into this video and you kind of like lean to the R8, you should consider batteries, for like 2 battery to the bare minimum. My girlfriend has 2, and she goes with models for 2 hours. She used 1 full battery, and maybe she start using the extra one and to almost a half. So keep in mind, if you're shooting longer, like long weddings, you need at least 6-7 batteries. That's one thing. I do wedding here in Seychelles, which is like 4 hours sometimes you have like 6 hours weddings. I will use 2 batteries for 6 hours. If I am only doing like 4 hours, I will literally use 1 battery to almost 0. Sometimes I will just change it, just to, I don't want the camera to switch off on me and miss the moment, so I will just change it prior when I see like it's on the red. But you kind of have like almost half an hour still of battery depending how you're using it. So battery wise, they have bigger differences. And the body is also smaller. I will show you. The R8 is, the body is much smaller. That's why it takes smaller battery. The R5, the body is much bigger. It feels much like good in the hand. So yeah. So this is the R5, which my hand actually can grip very good with the R5. Like, my pinky doesn't go off. But with the R8, it's a smaller body. Once I hold it, yes, my girlfriend used camera strap. I really don't. I could put my pinky here, but pretty much my hand is above everything. If I normally use the camera like this, my pinky is off. This is why my girlfriend has a small hand. She's a woman. It's okay for her. I've used this. I made video about the R8 for wedding photography. It works. I have great images, but I use it with battery grip, with 2 battery inside. We have the battery grip. Yeah, so that's one thing. Body wise, the structure, the R5 feel much more robust, premium to the R8. The R8 feel a bit more plasticky and a little bit cheaper, but not as huge comparison. Like, you can feel the difference of build. The R5 had the LCD screen on the top. The R8 doesn't have that. It has the original like OG dial on top, which the R6 Mark II has as well, which I own one as well. And to be honest, this looks much nicer, like to showcase, but as per usage function, to change to manual, if you want to go in bulb, if you want to go in any other settings, this is much faster. Like it's one rotation and you already changed the settings that you want to be. But with the R5 you need to click the mode, you need to it's much longer, so it's just very fancy to have it, but it's practical wise I will choose the R8 design of the dial. Yes, and also the R5 used 2 SD card slot, one CF Express Type B and one use the normal SD card. You can use UHS version 1 and 2. So it has 2, so redundancy, you have redundancy here. You can actually use the card with redundancy. You have backup, but the R8 only has 1 SD card slot. Don't have the battery, 1 SD card slot here. But to be fair, I've shoot with cameras like the R5 has 2 SD card. I never shoot redundant. Like I always use good SD card. I use Lexar most of the time, and I started with SanDisk, but then Lexar got much faster for the same price of SanDisk, so I kind of went to Lexar. I'm not sponsored, but I wish I was. But Lexar are much better card and get good brand. Like sometimes you want to save a couple of bucks because SD card can be very expensive. I just bought SD card for the C70 a V90 for me to record 4K 60 RAW. It cost me almost $200 just for a 256 gigabyte. It's insane. I have a 1 terabyte CF Express Type B, 1 terabyte. It cost me around almost $250. So there's a bit of a trade-off. So when you compare these two cameras side by side, like the image quality, I'm making this video for photography aspect, not really video, because it wouldn't be fair. It's so much different. But for photography, if you want to get into like the images that I've been showing you throughout this video are from the R8 and the R5. You could honestly couldn't tell which one is which, honestly. If I wouldn't put the name of which camera, could you tell really? Maybe also YouTube compresses the photos, but those are the photos. Like you could get good images. I made good images wedding photography with the R8. I have a video you can watch out in the link. We'll put it maybe right here. But you definitely can make it happen. Prices, here you go, another topic. Prices for the two cameras. The R5 goes for $3,300 new at B&H, and the R8 goes for $1,200. If you have the money to buy the R5 and you have no lenses, I would prioritize glass over body. So I will go with the 24-70 f2 just because it's such a versatile lens to begin your journey in photography, and it's a good damn glass. You add it with the R8 and you have a good combo. You honestly, if you're gonna shoot animal, wildlife, or anything super fast like sport, yes, I would definitely not recommend the R8 because it's not that fast as a camera. But for everyday use and your adventure or your portrait photography, this is exactly for portrait photography. It's amazing. You could even, instead of buying the 24-70, if you're really focused in photography, in portrait photography, you could get the 85 1.2 and maybe be at around almost $3,900. Yes, it's a bit above of the R5 price, but you'll have a glass and a body instead of just a glass, just the R5 itself with no body, like with no lenses at all attached to it and pretty much useless. So, but if you come to a background that you already have 1 or 2 good L series glasses, like lenses, you could just upgrade to the R5. There's no much. I made another video comparing the R5, if it's the R5 still relevant in 2025, which is a big yes in photography because there's not much change from the R5 Mark II. So those are the different aspect of these two cameras. So ask yourself, am I a beginner? Am I just getting into this now, and should I just buy the R5 and wait for another couple of months where I can afford a lens, or maybe buy a lens and the R8 and start shooting and start making some money, or even doesn't have to be about money, but start making your photos that you want to create and work with your models and start to make your portfolio, so you can start build up something from that moment that you buy the camera and the lens. So guys, if this was informative, I try to be as much as possible not super long, but this video I feel like it was quite long, but it was okay. Yeah, anyway, this is my screen went off. Can you tell? I did not tell because I did not see. I was focusing here. But yeah, so if you guys want to see more video about camera covers and comparison and my knowledge, I shoot Canon. I'm shooting with the C70 right now, so I shoot Canon. I've shot with Sony. I've shot with Nikon way before, like when in DSLR era, for a couple of, not year, we'll say just a year, about a year, a couple of months, and then I switch up to Canon. Again, it went off. Anyway, but yeah, I went with those two, with this brand, Canon brand. I'll maybe make another story why I choose Canon instead of Sony or Nikon. I will tell it in the next video. But anyway guys, cheers. I'll hope to see you soon, and if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. It does help a lot. This video sometimes takes a lot of time to make, just because I need to research, and this didn't feel much of a research because I already know the camera inside out, but so many takes sometimes that I'm not happy with. But anyway guys, thank you for your support, and cheers to the next video. Bye.